So I'm doing my first ever DEXA scan. I want to find out what my body fat percentage is and also what my lean body mass is. When it comes to competitive bodybuilding, this is something that as you're getting closer to a show, people always want to be below 10%. They want to see where they're at. And as a bikini competitor, I don't have to be quite as lean as say I did for figure or wellness. So I'm really interested. Never had this done. DEXA is supposed to be the most accurate way to scan your breakdowns of your fat to muscle to bone ratio. So I'm going to take you guys in and share my results. Let me know what you think my body fat percentage is, and we're going to reveal it here in this video.
Okay, feet that way on your back.
All right.
Top of your head, palm of my hand right
If
here.
I have to pee, does it matter?
You're perfect. Don't move. You doing a show soon?
Next weekend.
Where?
Charleston. So it's a pro qualifier. I've done 15 shows and I've been close several times, but this is the best I've ever looked. So we're hopeful, we'll see.
Yay, get that pro card.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I love it.
11.4% body fat. My total mass, I was 131 pounds on the scale, but this is midday for me. We're looking at a lean tissue of 111 pounds, which Maureen says is 10 pounds over her average female in Atlanta, 100 pounds of lean muscle. So my bone in pounds is 5.6. Visceral fat, 0. We got rid of it.
Read a study about a potential probable causal connection between visceral fat and cognitive decline. And there's another study about visceral fat and a causal link between that and depression. I'm looking for imbalances potentially, right? Balance is in our lean mass, which is mostly muscle in our limbs, can lead to injury or may have been caused by an injury. You have a very large imbalance in your legs. 2 pounds more in that right leg.
The glute.
That'll impact your hips, your back, your joints, all that kinds of stuff. So,
I've been doing a lot of unilateral stuff for my left glute, but I'll start doing hamstring and quad too.
shows you that same data, right? Compares you to your peer group in each one of those. Fat, you're under the percentage. You can see that significantly. 65% under the average overall and over in the lean in each one of those body parts too. Waist to hip ratio, android, your belly, your midsection, that's where your visceral fat doesn't live because you don't have any. You have less than half a pound of android fat total, which is subcutaneous fat, pinchable, squeezy fat. So waist to hip, that's what we're looking at. That your ratio is like way under what DEXAFIT says is ideal, which is 0.6, that your risk for cardiovascular or metabolic disease is really low. So because we're doing a whole body scan, this T-score, which is how we measure bone density, is artificially elevated because we're including body parts I would never include in a bone density scan, okay? That said, anything above -1 is normal. So you're at 1.7. If I did a bone density scan on you, it might be, half to a full standard deviation below that. So you're going to be a little bit lower, but you're way above normal. Remember, menopause is a bitch for bone density.
Yep.
It really tanks. So keep up with your lifting and your weight bearing exercise. The walking is amazing.
So now that I've been gone for several hours, I'm gonna eat a meal. I like to do a salad midday, especially with the heat in Georgia right now. It's actually close to 80 degrees today. Being 1 week out, my routine hasn't changed a whole lot, but I am still trying to increase my veggie fat source diversity as much as I can. So like the salad has some different chopped greens in it from a mixed pack I got at Trader Joe's. We've got some cucumber, carrot, arugula, some baby corn. There's cabbage, and it was like a balsamic vinegar with olive oil dressing I added in. My huge chocolate that I already took a bite out of for my fats. A lot of people make a mistake in peak week. They think they have to change a whole lot. They have to add in diuretics, drop a bunch of water. It's very dependent on the person, but if you're doing everything correctly, like the 4 weeks leading up to peak week, you should be basically living a day in the life. You shouldn't have to change a whole lot. My routine lately has been eat a meal, wait a little bit, and practice posing. I'm actually gonna go lay outside and get a little bit of tan since it's been so nice out. Another thing I do in preparation for show week is I get my base tan using Melanotan peptide. So I will do the Melanotan peptides before I go out and tan, and typically it takes me about a week to get a base color, which is my color right now. Like, I'm actually fairly dark, so I don't even need to lay out very long, like 10-15 minutes max, and I've got a solid color going on.